Hola everyone, we are going to do some review. Today we're going to talk about plot structure. So a plot is the sequence of events that makes up a story. It typically includes 5 elements: the exposition, the rising action, the climax, the falling action, and the resolution, also called the denouement, which is a French word that means resolution. We're also going to talk about conflict as a part of plot, so let's go. This is a typical plot diagram, also known as a story mountain. It doesn't always look as even as this one. This one is pretty much the same length with the rising and falling actions. They all look a little bit different, but this is the basic layout. Here's another one. As you can see, there's a lot more action and, I guess, meat to the story in the rising action. That's why there's these little stairs. And then the climax is not right in the middle, and then the falling action is much shorter and streamlined. So there will be stories like that. And then another way for you to visually understand a story mountain or a plot diagram is like a match. So at the beginning and the exposition is a match that is unlit, and the rising action and climax looks like a match that is lit, and then the falling action and resolution are a match burned out. That's just a fun visual to help you remember what it looks like. So the exposition is an introduction that provides necessary details about characters and setting. If you're reading a fairy tale, often it will say, once upon a time, the princess was locked in the tower by the wicked queen. That is exposition, telling you why the princess is there and how she got there, so that you can then understand the rest of the story. If you are a fan of Star Wars, this whole a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away, and then you read everything, that's the exposition for Star Wars. You read everything so that you understand why Obi and Luke are there, why they're afraid of the Empire, all those things. It's also sometimes called the hook. This might remind you of when you're writing, you hook the reader in with your beginning essay, or the beginning paragraph of your essay, your introduction. So sometimes the exposition is called the hook. In terms of English class, you should think about things like, how were the characters introduced? Were they introduced in a way that made you trust them, made you distrust them, made you like them? What's the relationship between characters? Do they already know each other and the story's going to go from there? Or is the story about them meeting? Are they related? What details do you know about the setting? And how might the setting impact the story? So a lot of the times, if there's a lot of exposition talking about world building or setting, often in fantasy or science fiction, the setting will really impact the story in a major way. Conflict is the main struggle in the plot, and there's different types of conflict. So you might have person versus person, so that might look like Spider-Man versus Green Goblin. You have person versus nature, that might look like Moana trying to save her island, which is dying. Person versus self might look like Luke Skywalker deciding if he's going to use the Force for good or go to the dark side. And person versus society might look like that part in Harry Potter where he says Voldemort is back and everybody doesn't believe him and they're bad-mouthing him in the paper and everything. But there's usually one main conflict, but there's almost never just one conflict. There's usually one big conflict and then a bunch of small conflicts. So for example, in Harry Potter, if you're looking at the major overarching conflict, it's Harry Potter versus Voldemort. But each book or each movie has its own other conflicts that Harry and his friends have to overcome. In terms of English class, you should think about what problems or challenges the character's facing, the type of conflict, who are they having the problems with, if it's person versus person or person versus society, and what is the tough situation the character is facing. So in order to figure out the conflict, those are some questions you can ask yourself. Rising action is the meat of the story. Most of the time, the rising action will take up most of the novel or most of the story or most of the film. It's the part of the story that develops the problem or conflict, and there's usually a series of events and it builds interest or suspense. In terms of English, what will help you figure out what the rising action is when you're thinking about what details the author is revealing about the problem, how the character is thinking about or trying to solve the problem, and how is the relationship between the characters changing. Usually there's a lot of character development. This is where the character development happens. This is where details come out. And finally, we have the climax. It's the turning point of the story where the problem or conflict reaches its peak. It's that sharp point in the story mountain. And it's usually the OMG moment, this is crazy, what's going on? Or when a character has a major change of heart. So in Star Wars, I'll use that as an example, episode 4, the first movie, the climax is both the OMG moment when the Death Star explodes, and also when both Han and Luke have a change of heart. So for most of the movie, for most of the rising action, Luke Skywalker has been doubting himself. He wants to be a Jedi. He, wants to follow in the footsteps of his father and Obi-Wan Kenobi. And when he finally blows the Death Star up, it's because he has finally decided to believe in himself and give himself over to the Force. And that's why his aim is true. So that's a big change of heart for him. And then also for Han, he doesn't stay because he's like, I'm a smuggler. I'm not for causes. That's just not who I am. But he comes back in the Millennium Falcon and distracts the gun so that Luke can make his shot. So that's a big change of heart for Han. In terms of trying to figure out the climax when you're in English class, think about things like, how's the character reacting to the conflict? Why won't you forget this part of the story? What surprising or shocking events happened? Or why did the author include this event? Okay, that's some things that can help you figure out what the climax is. And we have falling action, which are the events after the climax that lead to the resolution. Think about things like, how are the characters reacting to the climax? How is the story ending? Is it ending the way you thought it would? And how do you think the character is going to solve the problem? And the reason that this doesn't look like the mountain climbers climbing down is because the falling action usually is much quicker than the rising action. And then the resolution, also called the denouement. It's the conclusion. It's how everything is resolved. It's the solution. So the resolution in episode 4 of Star Wars is everybody gets a medal. Everybody gets honored. In fact, that episode of Star Wars has almost no falling action because you go right from the climax basically to this scene here where they're all getting medals. So there's almost no falling action. And so the plot mountain looks a little bit weird. So things to think about when you're talking about the resolution in terms of school. How did the character solve the problem? How are the things different now that the problem is solved? How are the characters reacting to the resolution? And what lesson did the characters learn? There's not always a lesson at the end of a movie or book or story, but sometimes there is. And so I guess unless it's a really obvious lesson, like that was the purpose of the story, sometimes the lesson will be different for each person. So we're going to look at a couple of situations and talk about what kind of, what type of conflict this is. So Becky is running late to work because her car refuses to start. This is person versus machine because it's Becky against her machine, like her car doesn't want to start. Number 2, Vianne has opened a chocolate shop downtown, but the townspeople won't shop there because it's too different. And this is person versus society because Vianne is one person. She's the main character, obviously, and the townspeople are not welcoming to her. So it's her versus society. Number 3, Jen and Dylan are playing a high-stakes poker game. This is person versus person. because Jen and Dylan are going against each other in this game. Number 4, Dwayne is trying to save his family from a terrible earthquake. Person versus nature. It's an earthquake. I don't know if you saw the movie, San Andreas. That's Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. Anyway. And last one, I think. Evan is struggling with mental health issues. It's person versus self. Any kind of mental health issues or decision making or choices that you have to make, any of that stuff is person versus self. Sometimes if somebody's struggling with mental health issues, it can also include person versus society or person versus person, but usually the main struggle is person versus self. So here's just a review. Exposition, also called the hook. Sometimes there's an inciting incident that shows you what the main conflict is. The climax is the OMG moment. Falling action, usually a lot less meaty, I guess, less dense than the rising action, and then the resolution or denouement. And that's it. So, adios for now.